Summer's just around the corner, and it is time to get outside and be more active. And have you been thinking about dusting off the bike and seeing New Mexico from a different view? You don't know the trails, you don't know safety information, and maybe you don't have the confidence to go out alone. That would be me. Well, you don't have to worry, because joining us today from the Women Riding Well Club are Anita Roe. Hi, Anita.
Hello.
Also, we have Margie Davis and Rosi Rodriguez. Good morning, Rosie.
Good morning.
I'm so happy you're all with us. First of all, you look fabulous. You brightened up the day right away, which is the way you look. And so let's talk about what Women Riding Well actually is.
Okay. That's easy.
Okay, tell us. Take it away.
Take it away, Margie.
Well, Women Riding Well is a cycling club here in Albuquerque.
Okay.
And we have been here for 5 years.
Nice.
We now have over 150 women members.
Wow.
And we have women from the very beginning of cycling to the racers like Anita.
Yeah.
And everything in
racing.
between.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
racing.
So you have to have that competitive edge to be a racer?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we also look at it as a fun, you know, and safety is number one.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And, you know, WRW is really what we refer to it as, WRW, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm going to use that terminology. So who are WRW? Who make up this whole group of women?
The women are every single type of woman you can imagine.
Really?
Every age, size, shape, ethnicity, everything.
Fitness level, it could be from anywhere.
Profession, everything. And we all just love each other because we love cycling. We have this common bond.
It's nice, and it's nice when you can bond with each other and become friends while you're doing something that's good for your body, good for your spirit, overall, just a win-win. I mean, now we're looking at pictures, obviously, and everybody looks like they're having a great time.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to ask you what makes WRW different and special than any other biking group.
Well, I think first of all, one thing is that we definitely focus on safety. Our vision is to have safety, independence, and then fun. Those things need to come first, so that you're safe, then you're independent, then you can have fun. And so we give the ability to the ladies how to become safe, like using obviously helmets, things like that, and then how to change their own tires so they can be independent to go on their own rides without having those mechanical fixes. And then you have those abilities, and then you can have really fun.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, because I'm one of those people who is a little intimidated. When I was a kid, I fell off a bike, so I do worry about that. And so I appreciate that safety is such an important element to this. And I know there's guys out there that are thinking, whoa, that sounds like fun. I mean, could guys participate too, or is it women only?
We love our men.
Okay.
We do. And we do have one ride a week that we invite our men to.
Nice.
And then sometimes we do out-of-city rides, and we invite men to that. So
that's great.
But mostly it's women, because the other thing that I think holds us all together are the relationships that develop between all the women.
And the camaraderie is outstanding. I mean, really, that's.
I can see it just among the three of you. I see that when you walked in. It's nice. And how were you founded? How did it all begin?
Well, once upon a time there were 4 girls, and we used to the 4 of us would. For years, participate in the MS 150 ride.
Nice.
We would work the rest stops.
Okay.
So us girls would work the rest stops while all these wonderful men and women were riding.
Oh my gosh.
Well, one day the three of us looked at each other and said, you know what? Why aren't we out doing that?
Good for you.
And so we decided that we would try. And we were riding one Saturday, and then Cliff, who just kind of tootled up a guy, he just kind of tootled up to us, and he said, you know, he said, Cliff Yost, and he said, would you, are you all going to ride? And I said, you know what, we're thinking about doing the 50, because the MS 150 used to just be 150.
Right.
Then that's 150 miles.
150
that's
miles.
a lot of mileage.
That's a lot of miles from Albuquerque to Los Alamos and back in 2 days. So we said, well, you know, they're going to do a 50, so we'll try the 50. And so we rode with him for 2 20-mile rides, because he said, you know, why don't I just help you along and see what we can do?
Wait a minute. What he actually said was, I can't believe you ladies with those bikes are going to be able to make it.
That's true.
And so I think he had sympathy for you.
Well, this was an original bike. It weighs 80,000 pounds. That was my original bike.
That really was? Seriously?
No, seriously. I had never ridden more than 20 miles on that bike.
Oh my gosh.
Patty had never ridden. Barbara had never ridden, and Barbara's bike weighed like 80,000 pounds like mine. And so he said, you know, but you're right.
He was very nice about it.
Very nice, very sympathetic.
But you showed him.
Took pity.
Well, we showed him because he decided we weren't going to do just the 50. Number one, he never told us it's the hardest MS 150 in the nation.
At the time.
He didn't tell us that.
At the time it was.
At the time. and all the way to the top. And you know what? We did it.
Well, good for you. And I have to say, I mean, looking at all of you, you're in great shape. You feel good. I can tell. You're, like I said, your spirit and your body is in sync, and that's really so important. I think that's a great thing. So, as a woman myself, I would be curious. How would I get involved? How would I begin?
Well, we have an event coming up on June 9th at right next to the Los Ranchos Growers Market on Rio Grande. And it's called Bicycle Madness.
Oh, good, okay.
And we are going to be doing all kinds of events. There'll be 30 vendors there. There'll be bike clubs, bike stores, people to ask questions of.
See, I like that.
There'll be a bike rodeo for all ages. And I think there'll be a lot of cyclists there that will be sharing their passion for this wonderful sport.
And it's free to the public, too.
That's great.
And that's another, I'd like to say just briefly, is another fundraising opportunities there. Another big difference with Women Riding Well is we do a lot of charity work. It's the Multiple Sclerosis Rise, Texas 4000, and that's another big thing that makes us different. Is
so a special cause
the community
behind it makes it even better. And I like that, because somebody who is a novice, who really doesn't even know where to begin, I like that that's an opportunity to say, okay, here's what my issues are, here's where my fears are, where would I begin, what would you recommend as far as the kind of bike, the kind of helmet, and what I would wear, even just clothing-wise, because obviously that's a key element too, isn't it?
Yeah, if you don't do it right, you can be miserable and hate it.
And none of you do, so
we love it. It's great. It's great.
But the one thing we forgot, though, our club has a lot of training.
Okay.
We have a lot of classes. There are classes for every level. There's training for every level. And the biggest thing is that you have the support of women who have never ridden in their life. And remember those days when I never rode. And you have the support of a lot of different degrees. And then you start racing.
Then you start racing with Anita.
I think I'm ever going to race.
Take it to a whole other level. Oh, well, girls, thank you so much for being here. This is enlightening for me. I really appreciate you joining me.
Well, thank you for having us.
I'd love to
ride one of these.
I would love to, and I know a lot of girls out there will too. Thank you, ladies, so much. And we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Thank you.